This is the secret of success. So, our only request is that India should not be misled by imitating the Western type of civilization, unnecessarily fighting on political and social. These political, social, there is problem, but that is temporary. Temporary, we must have our interest to the real life. Somebody yesterday was speaking of health. So what is health? If you are going to die, what is the value of your so-called health program? First of all, stop there, then the question of health. Krishna says, na hannate hannamane sharire. First of all, come to this position that even after the destruction of the body, you are not destroyed. That is health. That is health. Tatta dehang punarjanma naiti, mameti. That is health. Not that patchwork. You have got some disease, take some pill, and again become disease. Utta praliyat. That is not health. Here is health. But we have no brain to understand that Krishna says, na hannate hannamane sharire, na jayate na udiyate va, kadachit, at any time. Na hannate hannamane sharire. Where is that medicine? Na hannate hannamane sharire. I am dying, my father is dying, my son is dying. But even if we accept, yes, we are accepting another body, but what you know, what kind of body you are going to accept, what is the position, there are 8,400,000 different forms of body. If you become an insignificant worm, then it will take millions of years by the evolution process to come again to this human form of body and come to, there may be chance to get to Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not very easy. If I miss this opportunity, I may miss millions of years. So this knowledge should be given. It is not expected that everyone will accept or understand. But this knowledge must be current. A class of men, the Brahmana class, the Vaishnava class, Manusyanam Sahasreshu, that is a fact. But still, there must be somebody out of millions to understand this philosophy, and there is a good opportunity now. We have published so many books on this subject matter, and we have got very nice place in Bombay. Jo, please come, read our books, try to understand the philosophy and make your life successful. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Are there any questions? Please come forward with your questions. You can ask them in the microphone at the front of the stage.
While chanting, you chant the name of Rama as well as Krishna. I do not see any photograph of Rama here. What is the distinction?
You do not see, but can you hear?
I do not see.
But you do not hear.
Photograph I do not see.
Hearing is also experience. Why do you want to see? You do not see your father who is there.
Why? Because photograph.
Seeing and hearing is the same thing.
Yes.
Suppose you had grandfather.
Yes.
Are you seeing him? How do you accept you had a grandfather?
I saw him all right.
That is hearing.
Yes, I saw him also.
You saw, you did not see your great-grandfather. But how do you know? Hearing is also another process.
My question is whether there is a distinction that we made out between Jnana and Krishna.
The distinction is that hearing is also a process of acquiring knowledge. Why don't you accept it? Simply seeing is not acquiring knowledge. There are so many senses, and hearing is the first-class sense to understand which you cannot see.
Next, please come forward with your question. Asking questions is a sign of intelligence. How could I know the unknown with the known?
It is already explained. How could you know your great-grandfather from the parampara system? Your father says, yes, I had my grandfather. So from the authority of your father you can understand. This is easy process. Evam parampara prapta. You have to hear. Therefore Veda is called Shruti. Shruti means you have to hear from the right source. Then you know. That is knowledge. You don't hear from a cheetah. You hear from the right source, then the knowledge is perfect.
So man is highly religious. It is very difficult for him to move to the material world. What is the solution? How should he move? To the people who are materialistically minded.
Yes, therefore you have to understand your spiritual identification, because you are fools understand. You are thinking I am this body, and Krishna gives instruction in the beginning that you are not this body. Dehinasmin jatha dehi kaumanajo vananjara. Asmin de you are within this body. Not this body you are. So Krishna is authority. You have to take it. Krishna is not only simply speaking authoritatively, but he is giving practical example. Dehinasmin jatha dehi kaumanajo vananjara. Because the soul is within this body, it is changing. Tatha dehantara prapti. Dhirastattanamani. You have to become a dhira, not adhira. There are two classes of men, dhira and adhira. So, in order to become a dhira, you have to go tadvijnanartham sa gurumeva vidacche. You have to be trained out. Then you'll understand. Not so quickly, without being dhira. Dhirastattanamani.
What is the difference between mind and soul?
Mind is material, soul is spiritual. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Muni rapanano vayu khagmano buddhi vivacha aparayam bhinname prakriti asvada. They are also elements, but bhinna and material, separated from Krishna. Aparayam itastu vigrime prajitim para. these material elements, they are inferior quality.